You're in a market looking for an apartment. This is for you. I'm actually talking about one and studio apartments that we are witnessing an oversupply, especially in the Kilimani, Kileleshwa, Lavington markets. Now, I need to just mention careful and unconventional selection of your apartment will make the difference at the end of the day. Welcome to today's Tip Tuesday with me, Lucy Thuo, and I want to just take you through what are some of the key things you need to consider to make a wise decision when it comes to selection of a lucrative apartment in an oversupplied market. Location, location, location. We've had it all. But when it comes to an oversupplied market, it becomes more critical. Here is one of my best tips to get the right location right. You need to look for potential future growth for a given neighborhood. And how do you get to know there is a growth in terms of the future outlook of a given neighborhood? I would say look for infrastructural growth by probably a government incentive. You could also look at upcoming residential homes that are also coming up. Look at how accessibility to a given neighborhood is being addressed. Are there any future plans by neighborhood associations or the government in terms of that? I would say with this, making a clear decision when it comes to the location will always make the difference at the end of the day. Now, there's also one more thing I would actually urge you to look at. And this is basically looking at the equity growth of land, especially when you're talking about Nairobi. Everywhere in Nairobi is actually developed, but how do you ensure this is a good location? If I look at the direction where developers are keenly looking out for land to buy, it means they've seen something, and that's one of the key indicators that will dictate the demand in terms of that particular accommodation. So it's also good to talk to realtors, get to know where the demand is directing and position yourself in that direction. I would say also when it comes to now you've gotten the location right, let's look at the building. The building quality will always dictate the level of maintenance. And in an oversupplied market where everybody is just developing, in my opinion, get a good developer who understands quality sells over quantity. Okay? And this is one of the areas where you will need a professional to help you understand not all that looks glossy is actually quality. Because at the end of the day, I've met developments where they all look nice. 1 year down the line, the level of maintenance on the investors becomes quite huge for them to start looking at their returns in a very, rather in a way that it doesn't make sense to them. So in that case, I would say, as you're looking out for this new development, the quality of development and the maintenance of that development plays a very key factor, because it will manage and dictate the level of maintenance cost that has a direct impact on your return. Now, there's also something that right now I would say it's a developing feature. Different target markets have different amenities that they'll be looking out for in the apartment space. Please get a realtor who can guide you to know if you are getting to the 1-bedroom apartments. This is basically like the target clientele where we're looking at just the new people who are getting into the job market, or single people. What are they really looking out for? Is swimming pool a key thing for them? Is a clubhouse a key thing for them? A bookstore, a restaurant, a retail convenience center? These are key things you need to ask yourself. when you are looking for an investment. And I would always say, as much as you're going to live in that apartment, think about the future. You will actually come to resell this unit, and these are the things that actually will be the pointers that will add value to your apartment. So unique features and amenities is a key thing that you need to get professional guidance to help you understand if this will stand the test of the future market. Now, I would also say rental yield and market demand. Get to understand the market, the rental market. How is it performing? Is it a strong rental market? How are the vacancy rates? Now, this is just a guiding principle. If you go through the neighborhood and you realize that a lot of those buildings are maybe 50% occupied or below 50% mark, it tells you there's no demand for that particular accommodation. And when I mean accommodation, we're talking about a 1-bedroom or a 2-bedroom. So it's good to do your own assessment as much as you have your realtor doing the same. And in that case, I'll also say, in terms of the market demand, you need also to look at the vacancy rates, occupancy rates will dictate if there is demand or not. Now, I've just mentioned, as much as you're buying an apartment for yourself, you will never live there. I always assume that an investor is growing bigger portfolio for themselves, and with that, I would say get into a space where you're thinking about the resale potential of your investment. Think about the future customer who you will meet at your exit strategy where you want to sell that unit. That's a very important. If you go to high-end, these unique features we're talking about, they'll be very instrumental when you're talking about the selling preposition of your given unit. There's also, and I think this has come because of the Nairobi environment, noise and environmental factors. When you're buying an apartment, always go to the quieter side of the development. It's always very hard to get a resale for a unit that is close to the road and it's very noisy. Okay, so that's also another thing I will give you. And you'll always find that the quieter side of the development sells fast. So that's also a key thing to look out for. And there you have it. So if you're actually out looking to buy an apartment, I always say location comes first. Go into locations that you can see future developmental growth, or in terms of the amenities, accessibility being addressed by the government or even residential associations that we've talked. I would also say look at the resale potential, the demand for this particular unit, and overall the rental yield, because you're getting into this investment to make money. So if you get into a development where the maintenance cost is too high, that means your rental yield is going to be affected. So let me know if you're out there, you're looking out for an apartment in this market where we are talking about an oversupply. I'll be more than happy to guide you to get the perfect location that will match your goals and objective, and I will walk with you through the journey, looking at the due diligence on the property, the developer, helping you with financial assistance, and closing home a good investment for your family, for yourself, and I'll be more than happy to be part of your investment journey. My name is Lucy, and I'll see you in my next Tip Tuesday. Let me know in the comment section if you need any help or you find this informative. Give me a thumbs up.